Hello, good morning, everybody. Today, I'm going to elaborate on a very important topic, that is how to write correct identification marks. My dear students, as well as my colleagues, we have to write identification marks on each and every medical legal reports as well as simple certificates. Certificates like sickness certificate, fitness certificate, reports like age report, sexual assault report, injury report. In all the reports as well as certificates, we have to write identification marks. Why I have elaborated, or why I am prepared a separate lecture on how to write an identification mark, because friends, many times many medical officers as well as many medical practitioners does not write a correct identification mark, and it creates very embarrassing situation to them at the court. And that lawyer also, doctor, you cannot write an identification mark, like these questions they ask you. So it's not so difficult. It's a technique, and you follow the steps whatever I am going to elaborate, then it will give you confidence as well as you can represent it correctly in a court. So friends, writing of a correct identification mark is one of the important documentary evidence to identify a person. We are living in a country, India. We are very proud as Indians. But friends, in our country, to come any case on a desk of a court, it requires minimum 5 to 6 years. And as a busy medical practitioner, you are seeing 100 patients in a day. Is it possible to remember a person you have seen 5 years back in a court after the 5 or 10 years? It's not possible. So how you are going to identify a person? Because in a court, you have to identify that you are examined that person and you are given a certificate or report of that person. Then it's very difficult. It's impossible for a human memory to recollect 5 years back you have seen that patient. So identification mark, if you have written correctly, then you can easily identify, and that's the importance of the identification mark, or writing a correct identification mark in a report or in a certificate. So patient is identified with the help of confirmation of the identification mark on a certificate or report. So what are the different guidelines, or how correct identification mark must be written? So guidelines are at least you have to write 2 identification marks. Why? Because there is possibility that one identification mark may be present on another person. But it's a very rare, I think, or I can say that it's not possible that 2 identification marks are similar in each or in another person. So at least write 2 identification marks. And identification marks should be written which is present. Those identification marks are present on exposed part of body. Why? Because it's common sense. If the courts want to confirm that identification marks is present on that person's body or not, if it is possible, or if it is present on exposed body, it's very easy to show on hands or on a, but if it is on a private parts or on in this one, it will be embarrassing situation to the court as well as that person to show his or her identification mark. So try to write identification mark which are present on exposed body, but if it's not present on exposed part of the body, you can write, but give preference to those identification marks which are present on an exposed part of the body. And you have to write the measurement of that identification mark from 2 fixed anatomical landmarks. For example, if it is in the mid elbow, under my forearm. Then I have to write what are the two fixed anatomical landmarks. One is my wrist and one is my elbow. So the identification mark 10 centimeter below the elbow joint and 15 centimeter above the wrist joint. Like this, you have to write identification mark related to two fixed anatomical landmarks. Also, you have to write the shape of identification mark, size of the identification mark, whether that identification mark is mobile or fixed, as well as color of an overlying skin. So all these characters must be present while you are writing the identification mark. As a joke apart, many times when we in practical examination we see what are the identification marks written by the student. Many times the student write mole on tip of nose. So all patient has the mole on tip of nose. So don't make a shortcut. You have to write identification mark like the guidelines that two fixed and two identification marks you have to write. One important thing that you have to write that or is distance from two fixed anatomical landmark, as well as you have to write its shape, its size, whether is it mobile or fixed, color of a overlying skin. Is it clear? I think with this I can proceed to the next slide. So what are the commonly used identification mark? One is scar mark, which is commonly used. Keloid. Keloid you cannot use because it is the keloid is different and scar mark is different. Then mole, then tattoo marks, then congenital anomaly like absence of finger or polydactyly or any artificial denture or prosthesis. These are the usually used identification marks. So you can see in the example, and also you can see this arrow here, arrow that there is one identification suture mark is present on a person's forehead. So how to write this identification mark? As I said, it is on an exposed part of the body. So you can easily show to the court that identification mark. Next, it is light brown color, suture mark noted on the left side of the forehead, 5 centimeter into 1 centimeter. That is the size of the identification mark. 2 centimeter above left eye, brow, and 4 centimeter from the glabella. So I have described that identification mark related to the fixed anatomical landmark. I have also written its shape, its size, as well as its color, that is light brown color, as well as its distance or measurement from a two fixed anatomical landmark. So ideally, you have to write identification mark whatever I have written. I think with this example, your concept must get clear. Then, what are the medico-legal importance of the scar mark? Scar mark, from scar mark, we can have information of what type of the weapon used, what treatment has given, what is the age of that scar mark, what are the type of the injury. Then, striae gravidarum is the scar mark present after the pregnancy in many women. Then, grievous hurt. So many times, what permanent disfigurement of a face, neck, head, neck, face is a grievous hurt. There are two types of the hurt, that is simple and grievous. Grievous hurt, the punishment is more. If that scar mark is present on head, neck, face, and it gives ugly appearance or it causes permanent disfigurement of the face, it becomes as a grievous hurt. So that is about the scar mark. Then next is the mole. So I have shown one lady and I have described the mole, that is circular black colored mole measuring about 3 mm in diameter, slightly raised above skin, 2 centimeter above left upper lip and 1 centimeter from left of nose. So again, I have followed all the steps of writing the identification mark. I have mentioned the color. Is it raised or not from the skin? I have mentioned that. Its shape mentioned, circular. Its color mentioned. and also I have described that this identification mark related to two fixed anatomical landmarks. So that the mole. And third important, or many times we use are the tattoo marks. So again, I've shown the figure. Tattoo marks are a design created by multiple puncture wounds imprinting pigments of different colors. What are these different dyes are used? These are carbon dust, Indian ink, indigo, Prussian blue. It can be removed by surgery, electrolysis, laser application, and caustic substance. For my UG students, I suggest you that many times short note come on a scar mark as well as tattoo mark. So in a short, I have written it, but if you elaborate each and every point, then you can write a best short note on tattoo marks as well as on the scar marks. So again, how to describe this tattoo mark present on forearm of a Lord Radhakrishna with multiple color. Actually, it should be described with two fixed, but it is spread all over the forearm. That's why I have not written the distance from the two fixed anatomical landmark. And it's so obvious that all over the on a forearm, this Radha Krishna is present. So with this, it can be easily detected, or we can identify that person. So this is all about the tattoo marks. Next, what is the medical legal importance of the tattoo marks? That is, we use it for identification mark. From tattoo mark, we can know the religion of the person. Also, we can have some information about its country, because if the flag of that country is present, like that, many those who are low, or they show that they have much more law about the country, they tattoo that on this. So, God of worship, social status. I don't know how the social, but it's given in a book. Usually, actually, it is social status. Now it has become a fashion that many young girls as well as boys, they tattoo themselves on their any part of the body. So mental makeup also. I have shown this picture of the skull, and this is the abnormal thing. Those person who do the tattooing of a different like this, their mental status, or they are belonging from some gang, or that like this, we can know some information from the tattoo marks. Also, it's obvious that language also. So these are the medical legal importance of the tattoo mark. Then another, what are the different other ways of identification mark? Like this, I have shown a polydactyly, and you know the famous actor Hrithik Roshan, he has 6 fingers like this, and he is famous for that. So like this, that is the particular or identification mark of that individual. Also, I have shown another that the golden teeth are present. So that is also the identity. These golden teeth, usually when it's helpful in a live patient, but in a dead patient, and there are many bodies are there, or body is burnt totally. In that case, these small things are helpful to identify with a human being or that person. So with this, some implant are there in a body. So many times many plates are there, or other implant, knee joint implant, hip joint implant, they are also helpful to identify the person. And many cases, many mysterious cases has been solved with this implant. So these all are the example to how to write an identification mark. In short, write a correct identification mark as per guidelines. I have elaborated it. For safety and precautionary person, I will also suggest that you can take a third identification mark, and that is left thumb impression mark on your certificate or report. So means you have to take a 3, 1, 2, which are present on exposed part of the body. And according to the guidelines, I have elaborated, that is, you have to write size, shape, color, is it raised from the skin or not, and its distance from 2 fixed anatomical landmark. But I will suggest that you can write a third, that is, or you can take thumb impression, left thumb impression for your safety and precautionary purpose. Before giving evidence, first carefully read the identification mark written on reports or certificate, because in a court they will ask, Dr. Saab, please tell the identification mark means you should also be well conversant what you have written, and in front of the court you may get fear. So at first be confident, read it carefully and tell confidently. Then they tell whatever you are finding confidently and slowly in front of the court. That's all for today's lecture. I think with this, I must have cleared your concept how to write identification mark. Thank you. God bless you.